one of the best songs in the world is Pretty Green Eyes, and he starts on fried chicken and fries or something.
Welcome along to Fried Chicken Fries, not your new favourite podcast anymore, just your favourite podcast. I am, as ever, Richard Easterbrook, and as ever, I'm joined by, I put the as ever in the wrong place there, Matthew.
I know, yeah. No, yeah, as ever, I am Richard Easterbrook.
Yeah, as ever, as if it changes from week to week, actually. It does a little bit. But yes, you're right. How are things?
Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah, I'm good. I wasn't very well last week, Richard.
You were fighting for your life, weren't you?
I was gravely ill. Ill. I think I had consumption.
Yeah.
It
was a toss between that and dysentery. So
yeah, you thought I had dysentery. The plague, I think, is one I had. I don't take being not well because I'm not well very often. So when I am, everyone needs to know about it.
Yeah.
But I thought that was it. Like, honestly, I was thinking.
Was it? Yeah. Were you accused of having man flu at any point?
No, I think because I'm not ill often like this. I think like people know that when I am, because I hate doing nothing as well. So like,
yeah.
I've never been one to like really act ill. He hasn't played with that toy, by the way, Frank, the entire time I've been in, and now he's decided to do it. Yeah. So I wasn't accused of that. But yeah, it was touch and go. Like, it could have been the last ever. Could have been whatever it was last time. Sand. We want to end on sand.
Yeah. Did we end on? Yeah, it was sand, wasn't it? I know it was annual leave. Was our
annual leave. Well, I had to use sick leave, which I'd never annoyed because I haven't had sick day for years, and now I had two. So yeah, but I was ill. So apologies for the lack of podcast last week. But I
think it would have been for the best. It's for the best that we didn't do. They didn't try to crowbar a podcast.
Yeah, it would have been like Partridge doing Dante Fires.
Yeah.
I just kept shitting. If I'm honest, I just kept shitting myself.
Yeah. So that's why I said dysentery. I don't think you can get that from consumption.
I don't know. It was some kind of Victorian illness anyway.
Yeah.
Cholera. Which is on the wheel, actually. You know, Victorian illnesses are on the wheel.
Victorian illnesses, yeah. So I mean, it's not. It's been known that the wheel
it listens.
Yeah, it's a bit like when you talk about something and then Facebook you get an ad for like winter spice gravy.
Yeah.
Hey. Right. Well, are you ready to?
Yeah. Go on, crack on. Go for it.
Right, we're spinning now. The wheel has been loaded up with a few new subjects.
I can't see it this time. If you remember, last time I had the wheel.
Very short spin, and it has brought up "Be Here Now."
Right.
The Oasis album.
Well, I've fallen out with Oasis. So.
That will celebrate its 30th birthday in 2027.
It will. Well, I've fallen out with them because of the ticket fiasco.
Yeah. It's enough to kind of. I know there are people who were successful in that. We were not one of them.
That's really put me off. I won't even listen to them anymore.
I haven't listened to them since. There was the excitement around. Well, I mean, I'd kind of gone through my own little Oasis revival because we had. I think the band came up. They didn't come on the podcast, obviously.
We don't like to claim,
But we talked about definitely maybe on our first ever podcast.
We did.
And I'd gone through a bit of an Oasis revival around the time that they announced the there was also a really good BBC Radio 1 documentary on them as well.
Is that the Joe Wiley one?
Yeah, Joe Wiley and Steve Lamacq. So it's like listening to the evening session in 1996. It was great.
It was
But
also a really good article about definitely maybe on Medium as well.
right. Well,
Yeah. So yeah.
I'll
So
be sure to dig that
yeah,
out.
you should.
I of course I'm
Dig
not
out your
on
soul.
I'm not on Medium.
No,
I'm on large.
I just knew it was coming. I
Yeah, you can
knew.
see it's marching over the horizon. No, it's a punchline. Look, Be Here Now. It's Oasis's third album. I don't need to use Wikipedia.
No, it is the third album.
Third
And
album. It was
I think,
led off by the lead single. Do you know what I mean? Which was huge at the time.
yeah, so much cocaine.
Oh yeah, you can almost see
Hear.
the cocaine
Yeah,
coming out the
yeah,
speakers
yeah.
on this album.
I love this album. I do genuinely think it's brilliant. I think
I'm not casting aspersions or making false accusations. There was an industrial amount of cocaine taken during that
yeah.
album.
It's common knowledge this that there was industrial bouts of cocaine.
Yeah.
It's a family show. For Chris's children who are listening, if you want to know what cocaine is, ask your dad.
Cocaine's a bit like sherbet, but it makes you a little bit.
It makes you like a bit hyper,
spicier,
and you can and you can drink loads of pop. The for me, it is their third best album. Actually, I think.
I love it. I absolutely love it. I like from day one when it came out. I absolutely adored it. I think I got it fairly soon after it came out as well. Like I was in Manchester when it was released, but I didn't like kind of go through for any of the queues or anything. But I think I got it when I got home.
Well, like when Pete Doherty was interviewed and he just said trousers.
Yeah, but he wasn't in Manchester where it would have been quite
London,
a chance meeting.
Oxford Street, probably.
Yeah, but it was the amount of hype at the time was huge, and they touched on it in the documentary as well because the record company were really reluctant to give too many tracks to the radio to play, and they got annoyed at Radio 1 because they didn't talk enough over the start of the end of the songs, so they thought that people would go away and record them.
Right, okay.
And then around the same time, there was that documentary that came out where they do a couple of live performances. They do the one of "Stand by Me" by the pool.
Oh, right, yeah. It
was like just really building. It was huge, but it came out like rave reviews. People forget that.
Yeah, because I thought that, but then everyone seems to panic.
Yeah,
why? Is it just because of how like overblown it is? Like
I think
20 guitar tracks on each song and Johnny Depp playing on it and that.
Yeah, well, there was what's the song with like the most guitars on? But it just started like a wall of noise.
Yeah,
I think it's getting better, man.
Oh yeah, I mean that's My Big Mouth, great as well.
Yeah, I think it's that one. Yeah,
it is because that is just like noise at the beginning.
It opens with about 15 guitars, then more. How can you get even more?
But it's so good that. But like there's some got like fading out. I think it's brilliant.
Well, that's Johnny Depp.
Yeah,
but they recorded. Well, Noel went to Mustique.
Oh, I don't know, Richard.
I think went to Mustique and he recorded the demos. That's when Johnny Depp came in and recorded with them. And when they got back to the studio, they couldn't replicate the same sound. So they just, I think they either tacked on the rest of the band to the original demo recordings, or they kind of just tried to fudge it. But the kind of the idea that the songs weren't there and that they was just like that they were just on autopilot at that stage. Noel says that himself. I don't buy that. I think the album's a lot better than Liam likes it, so that's enough for me.
Yeah, and it's another case of Noel just being like, "Oh shit!" Like, because it just plainly isn't, is it? Like, there's some duds on it, but like, there's not that many. Like, to be fair, like Magic Pie's great, you know.
Yeah, and that's well worth going on for like, I don't know, 7 minutes, 8 minutes, something like that. That's actually worth it. You don't feel
It's
like
just,
songs drag.
very, very good song. An extraordinary guy can never have an ordinary day. Very, very, very good song, that. There, like for his heart, like the high points on that album are magnificent, like absolutely magnificent. And I think like for all this is about Be Here Now, like Standing on the Shoulders of Giants gets like kind of a lot of love now. And I don't think I look so like Roll It Over is in probably my top 5 Oasis songs, and that's obviously on stuff. But I think as an album, that one's a bit. It's a bit like I don't know. There's too many like acoustic null moments that just don't go anywhere. Like
Sunday Morning Call and
Sunday Morning Call and Where Did It All Go Wrong are just the same song.
Quite liked Where Did It All
It's
Go
okay that one though, but like you don't need both of them on the album. It's the same song.
The best song of that era was Let's All Make Believe, and that was a B-side to go.
It was the B-side, yeah. It's a very good song,
that's my favourite Oasis song, I think.
Is that right? Let's all make believe that we're still friends and we like each other.
Yeah. Yeah, just a song about brotherhood, I think. Or maybe about like kind of friendship.
I think a specific brotherhood, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Write what you know.
Stick to what you know, lads. I think I think just being out obviously was the topic, but I think like, I'm going to listen to it now after this.
Yeah, that's what happens with these things. You kind of have the moment to kind of reflect and remember it, and then go and listen to it.
Like around the world, like putting like a 9-minute single on.
Yeah, but the idea that song was written years before, but they couldn't afford to give it the treatment that they wanted to with the orchestra and the horns.
It was worth the wait, wasn't it?
It's not. It's not
very good. That's probably the weakest point of the album, I would say.
Yeah, and it's 9 minutes and 20 seconds or something.
I never really, and I like it. I never really got the Stand By Me.
Yeah,
I'm not saying I don't like it. I don't get its reputation as a fan favorite though.
Yeah, I get that. Don't Go Away, great as well.
That was written though by the Real People. They just nicked that.
What Stand By Me?
Don't Go Away. It
was written by who? The
Real People just basically wrote it and he nicked it. Nailed it.
Oh right. I thought you were talking about the Real People, like Northern Rail.
Or no, not Northern Rail. No, the Real People, the Scousers that they used to knock about with. There's a clip of him talking about it, and there's like I heard it the other day, and it's like, well, that's just that song. Like,
oh shit, yeah. So it's not like Noel, kind of.
No, it's very out of character. Very out of character. But yeah, who's the real winner there?
Well, yeah, that is. I like it. Be Here Now. It gets wrongly maligned, and I think it's worthy of discussion.
It does. I think it does. I think had any other band released that as any album, but it's just happened to follow 2 of everyone's favorite albums of all time.
The thing is, people are saying, "Oh, it signaled the end of Britpop." Well,
good.
It was shit. Nobody liked being tagged as a Britpop band. Everybody hated it. There's bands like Ash that were branded as Britpop bands, and
just weren't though. Like
they're from Northern Ireland. They're like, it's probably not going to do our careers very, very well if we start waving Union flags around the place.
No, well, probably would in some parts of the north of Ireland, but not in others.
Yeah, all the bands that were in the Britpop, under the Britpop umbrella, hated being under the Britpop umbrella and railed against it. Like Blur brought out their self-titled album at the beginning of that year.
Oh.
Blur, and they started the year with Beetlebum, which isn't Britpop at all. It's
I'm not interested in Blur.
No, they're a good band, but they're a singles band, and we've
said this, and listener Andy Dawson disagreed with me.
Yeah, well,
but he's wrong. So,
and Andy is right to have his opinion, but
he is right to have his opinion, but unfortunately, Andy, it's incorrect.
Yeah, I think the songs.
Thanks for listening, though.
He made a long list of songs that were good, and I'm like, yeah, they were all singles.
Yeah, they're just songs.
They're all singles that came out.
Yeah,
singles.
yeah.
But Britpop was on its arse anyway. It was going.
Yeah.
I know, like the Verve came in with Urban Hymns.
It's just magnificent album though. Urban Hymns.
Yeah, but that wasn't really. Was that Britpop? I don't know.
No, it's Britpop doesn't really exist anyway. It's just like
it was a very specific time period, and it was good to see like guitar music in the charts.
Like Park Life is just a loathsome song, and that's Britpop, and I hate that song so much.
I really hate Country House. I think Country House is
roll with its shit though as well.
Yeah, it's like of the two singles, it was a terrible. The talk.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
neither band did themselves justice. No. Like really, but Roll With It is better than Country House because Country House is just a hateful song.
Yeah,
but it's not a good song. But anyway, that's not the topic, and I think we've exhausted it. But
I think so.
Yeah, Be Here Now, good.
Yeah, good. Go listen. Go and buy it in the shops.
They'll go far.
Yeah, they're not for me.
Yeah,
they're not for me. Right, shall we spin the wheel then?
Yeah, go on, spin the wheel.
Give it a go. Just making a note of what our last subject was.
Man, what is this one?
I'm spinning now. Let's find out.
Spinning. So it's exciting.
Be Here Now. No, it's not. It's your first job.
Right. Okay.
So, yeah.
Right.
What was your first job?
My first job, which is
not Paperboy though. You can't. First proper when you're tax-paying job.
I worked at Next.
I was going to write that down. I don't know why.
You writing it down, yeah?
Yes, write it down.
I worked at Next for I think 4 years, and I was terrible at that job.
Yeah, I would be.
I think my mate's auntie ran the store. I ended up in the stock room. I was there for 4 or 5 years, and while I was at uni and that, and I was because I didn't work until I got quickly ushered to the stock room shifts, which I quite like because I used to unload the vans.
Oh, I did that,
and I used to sort the clothes out and just bring them downstairs. But I used to have to sometimes go on the floor if they were busy, and I still wasn't authorized to do returns after 5 years.
Is that because
they just wouldn't?
No, not for you. No.
So I need to know how to do this, and I used to have to ask the 17-year-old girls who were who just started 3 weeks ago. Do you know how to do this? When did you start? 4 years ago.
I was the first member of staff at this store. I'll have you know.
I actually opened the store. You see that brick outside? It goes, "This stone was laid and it was me." Yeah. It was the one at Dalton Park.
Ah,
so it was a clearance one. So Boxing Day, you'd have to work, and I'd always volunteer to work early, so I'd go to the pub after. But you'd get all the not pensioners as such, but people just basically fighting over stuff.
Yeah.
And I just walked. I was just I'm not being put, and I just went upstairs, and I broke on one of my trips to the till. I broke a woman was buying a vase, and I was so days ago. I was we didn't have anything to wrap it in, so I was I'll put it in another carrier bag, and that, in my mind, that'll protect it.
That's fine.
But I dropped it. I went to put it in the bag, and I just missed, and it just smashed everywhere, safety glass, which isn't safe because it shatters into 1 billion pieces. Instead of just smashing into 3 pieces, it smashes into 4,000 of them, and it just went all over. And I was the woman. I went, "Can you go and get another one? Because this is broken." And she went, "Oh, that was the only one on the shelf." So I was like, "Oh, I'll check the stock room." There wasn't any more. It was just that one. And I said, "But I can give you 10% off because it's damaged." And she just walked out.
Yeah.
She just walked out, leaving the rest of her shopping. And I believe complained.
That seems unfair.
Yeah, I thought that, but yeah, I enjoyed. It was a laugh, and I was like, I was popular with one of the managers. Lynn liked me because I think she just thought I was funny. To be honest, I was terrible at the job. Like I put a real waste of time at the job.
Yeah.
What was your first job?
My first job was at City of Sunderland College.
All right.
I was at uni. I was in my first year of uni. We just bought a PlayStation 2.
All right, nice.
On like finance. I needed to pay it off. And
you do it's all work.
And I hadn't paid any rent at university.
Okay.
I was staying in university accommodation, and I thought, well, best get myself out of this. So I took a job, like minimum wage data entry at the college, and I was working 5 till 9, just like reverse Dolly Parton. I'd go
like 5 at night.
5 at night until 9 at night.
That's a horrible shift.
So all the students had gone, and I'd just go to this like little back office room, right? And I was allowed to do what I want, listen to music, and all I had to do was take every register that had been completed that day and enter the details into a computer system.
Oh, that sounds thrilling.
Yeah, it was, but the system was really slow.
Yeah.
It was like you'd like have to press like one. I can't remember the buttons. You had to like press like you had to tab through each name, and with it in one. With it
I don't
off.
think you should be smoking, really.
Then you had to like kind of like type in if there were unauthorized absences, and then the college would.
Okay.
It's just like very primitive, I guess, to do it all electronically now.
I would imagine so. How long were you at this job for?
Not long. A week and a half.
A week.
Yeah. And I got really frustrated by this system because it would take so long. You'd move on to the next one. Because I'd like kind of have a ruler working down the names so I didn't accidentally give them the wrong attendance.
Oh, yeah, important, yeah.
And I'd go down to the next one. And the system was still like thinking about it. So like each register of like 20 names would take about 20 minutes to do. And I'm like, I'm not going to get this work done. I'm just not going to get it done. No,
that's so fair.
But I had nobody. Nobody was in the office there to report to or to tell. So
did you have to lock the college up?
No. It was. I don't know. I can't remember. I think people were still in there, but there was no students around or anything. So
yeah.
So and I'm guessing there was some kind of clocking on and clocking off system because I had to do.
Like it, yeah.
But it was through an agency, so I had to do timesheets. I remember that much. But I was there about a week, and then there was a trip to London that came up, and I wouldn't have made work that day, so I just rang in sick on the bus.
Sacked.
On the way back from London. And
what was London for?
It was for a grant. Grants not fees march. So it's arguing against student, what they call it, tuition fees.
Oh, right. Okay.
Not arguing, protesting against it.
And you got sacked.
Well, I rang in sick, and they went.
You're on the news.
Yeah, we can hear that you're not in the house. I was like, yeah, fair dues.
But you might have just been said, like, why didn't you just say, I'm really sick, and this is my last day, and I'm spending it how God would have wanted me to spend my last... Actually, no, because you'd have lost your job anyway, because they thought you were dead. So...
Yeah, it was the first time I had to ring in sick, and I've
you obviously were shit at it then, yes.
I've become very good at it, and not in recent years.
Really? Sure, because like, it sounds like it's... Away!
I did ring in sick when I worked at Lloyd's TSB. I rang in sick from Leeds Festival.
Right.
Like 9 o'clock in the morning on the first day, so it's like a Friday morning.
Yeah.
I rang in sick for that.
Well, I was just about to say,
yeah.
Had you had your holidays declined?
Yeah, declined.
Yeah. So you just rang in sick anyway.
Yeah.
You're going to get sacked for that. They're going to know.
Well, they did hear on the call a can being opened.
Yeah.
It wasn't me.
And Weezer playing in the background.
So yeah.
Is he singing? He looks like Buddy Holly. No, I'm just. Wait, I feel terrible.
But yeah, the first time I rang and
sang, Mickey Mouse is.
But I just didn't bother coming in after that. Like, I don't even know if I'd been sacked.
Yeah, he's actually still employed by them. Been in an emergency tax code for 20 years. Still employed by them.
Well, I saw who the guy who employed us like a few months later when I'd gone for another job elsewhere, and they looked for referees. So I put him down. My last employer.
I mean, well, yeah.
I saw him like it was in a pub, and I was like, "Oh, I've applied for another job. Sorry about what happened before. I've applied for another job. Is there any chance you can give us an all right reference? Because those were the days where you could give bad references still.
Oh yeah, you can't.
You can't now. So I was like, "Is there any chance?" And he was like, "Are you taking the mic?" Like, not really. I just want to.
It's just really funny. Like, I've applied for another job. I know.
But I didn't.
You won't be getting it.
Didn't pay off the PlayStation. I didn't pay any rent for the rest of the year, so I couldn't enroll for year 2 of university.
Right. So things have gone well then. Here.
Which led to me getting my second job, which is what I need the reference for. So I had to work there for a year.
Right. Is this Orange?
This is Orange for a year.
And you got sacked from there as well.
I got written warning from there.
No.
Didn't get sacked, but then I went to Lloyd's TSB after that. Ironically,
right.
Sorry, I met Andy Dawson actually.
Right. Oh well, full circle.
Yeah. And
very good.
And we invented the podcast in 2003 and just didn't do anything about it.
Yeah. Well, you won't catch me listening to them podcasts. Like, I don't say what the fuss is all about personally.
Podcasts and days are numbered.
Them days is all. No, that's kind of very good. Yeah.
that was my first job, and I guess that was your first job as well. So.
It was, yeah. There's nowhere else we can really go, but and then I left.
Oh yeah. I was about to ask, didn't you get sacked, did you?
No, I didn't get sacked. No, I didn't.
You ever been sacked?
Yeah.
Should we not go into that?
No.
Fair enough. I'm going to put that on the wheel. Your first sacking. I was marched out of the office by security.
Yeah.
I asked for that to happen, though. I was like, can I be brought out kicking and screaming?
No,
that's a cool way to go.
I was marched from, but it was company policy once you'd been dismissed to, you had to be not forcibly, but you had to be removed from the.
Yes.
This was about 10 years ago. So yeah.
I'm eating Twiglets, by the way. Sorry.
I hate Twiglets.
Rude. I love
they're just like they're just like eating sticks. Like,
they're
horrible.
Well, you can imagine that's a bit of a turn off to our listeners, or a turn on.
Yeah, if you're turned on by that, please go and listen to something else.
Could be the most niche ASMR podcast, couldn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit weird, Richard, if I'm honest. Whoa, they're talking about Twiglets again.
Right, let's spin again. Spinning.
It's spinning. It's spinning. What's it spinning? What's it landed on?
It's landed on original pirate material.
I think we should veto it because we've done an album.
Yeah, we've done an album. It takes me to a very specific time, actually around the time of me getting my first job.
I love the album.
Definitely listen to this album while swearing at the archaic computer system of Sunderland College.
Not a problem. We'll pick it out. I want to do this just. I want to veto it. Talked about it. Yeah.
I agree. It's a great album.
It requires a lot of. It requires a good chunk of time we probably don't have to go through that.
Plus, I feel that if we do another album, there's an opportunity for not to miss out on some more tricky subjects.
Well, here we go then.
It's nice being nice about a subject, but at the same time, let's spin again then. Remember the rules of the veto are no more vetoes.
No more vetoes. No more vetoes. Oh dear.
Flooring.
Oh. Well,
Can we talk about original pirate material?
Yeah, no, we're not allowed.
Dang it, aerials.
Lockdown, yeah, lockdown, yeah. Yeah, right. Well, flooring. Actually, we're getting the bedroom floored. This should have came up the other week when you had Gary round. What was he called?
Ian
round. Not Chris's Ian.
No,
but
my Ian.
Your Ian. But we're getting the bedroom floor put down in a couple of weeks, which is my latest flooring adventure. And we need a new living room floor, like more laminate in there. It's like a pain in the arse flooring.
Yeah.
Because you have to move everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, because we had the whole downstairs done. Well, I say the whole downstairs with the hallway, dining room and sitting room, they were all done.
And bits of the wall and Ian's face.
Yeah. But yeah, Ian
fucking eye.
Put tongue and groove into his tongue. But
Ian was there a while, wasn't he?
Well, it was a 2-day job and he was there for 3 days, which baffled me. But yeah, the amount of upheaval with that was pretty.
It's a pain in the arse. And we just had the bathroom done, and obviously the floor needed doing in there, and that's tiled. Yeah, let it dry. I mean, he's done a great job of it, man, to be fair. But floor. I'm not looking forward to the bedroom getting done either, because you have to move the bed, and it's like one of them Ottoman ones. So there's like stuff underneath it.
People die in them.
Yeah, no.
It's one thing about.
But anyway, that's a problem for me, really. But yeah, flooring. I don't really know what else to say other than, I mean, you need it.
Oh yeah, we definitely need it, because, I mean,
just like soil on the floor.
Yeah. Well, when we took some of our floorboards up, well, when I say we, I didn't do it.
From the floorboards up.
My good wife leveled off the flooring, but she did pull a few of the floorboards up and look underneath, and it was like old newspapers, but just dirt beneath that.
Yeah, it's just muck. Yeah.
I think it would have been a bit more kind of refined.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
We've got a cellar underneath. Oh, yeah.
What you got in there? Like
nothing really. I think there's a bucket because there was a leak once, and I think a mouse that died, but that's about it.
I lived in Sheffield.
It's not big enough to like you can't stand up in it or anything. It's because like probably just above waist height for me.
It was like it was a proper room, but it stank of like damp.
Yeah, they do tend to be quite damp.
Yeah, and it's where we used to keep our beer.
Yeah, I've done that, but I don't. Yeah, but it's not really necessary because I've got a fridge. But I don't. Well, we don't really have beer at home anyway. To be fair, but it's. You can have a look. I'll show you. I can show you. It's just dirt, and there's a horseshoe down there, which was in when I moved in, and I don't want to touch it.
Where's the rest of the horse?
Yeah, well, yeah. I don't know. Sugar. Is that sugar? Have you got sugar? Yeah.
So what's that smell?
Shut up. Never mind what that smell is.
And that's how you got sacked.
Well, funnily enough, he flips on its wheel, lands on its wheels, and starts first time. They just drive away.
I'm not sure why flooring was on the list, to be honest.
I don't know. It'll have been one of my wacky ideas. Can we move? Have we done that now? Because that's shit.
Flooring is we have spoke about it quite a lot when my tradesman was in town.
Superstar tradesman.
Yeah. So hopefully he's doing all right for himself. You know, there's not much you can do with
my first and last job.
One work in hand, but good luck to him. Well, that's flooring, I guess. Do you reckon we'll get one more in before the episode?
I think we owe the listeners an extra one now. I think
so.
But we should set a time limit on it.
Well, right, 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Okay.
Because otherwise we'll waffle on too long. And listener Martin Emerson did tell us that sometimes his podcast is too long.
Too long? Oh, great.
Yeah.
Right. My Alexa's just popped up with some. Shut up.
It was worrying because he'd only listened to the preview, but
Right, well, he had someone to listen to because he's a radio man.
yeah, exactly.
So he commentates on entire days of cricket.
I know. I didn't. I know.
He thinks a 40-minute podcast is too long.
4 days of cricket.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Cheers, man. But no,
he said 35 minutes is
we've just gone over that.
His favourite length. So, well, bye, Martin. Thanks for listening.
He's off. But we have span again, and it has landed on fish fingers.
I love fish fingers.
So I hope Martin's not tuned out because fish fingers are great.
They're just so class.
Yeah.
Fish fingers and chips.
Yeah. Do you have fish finger sandwiches for tea?
Oh, I do, yeah. Not like every day.
What do you have? How do you have them?
Buttered bread.
Correct.
I'd like lettuce in there. I do.
All right. Okay.
Because I go down the mayo route.
Right. Okay.
Or even tartar sauce, to be fair. You know, you can if you want. But
Somebody's earning.
But it's just mayonnaise with gherkins in it.
I wouldn't even know where to get tartar sauce from. You just get it from a chippy, don't you?
You just get it from, like...
Can you get it from, like...
Tesco? Yeah. Just make it.
Again, I'm about to make a note of it, like tartar sauce.
Just make it. It's easy. But yeah, I go down there, like, fish fingers, bit of salad, maybe a tomato, and mayo.
Yeah.
I'll like a burger cheese slice in there if you want as well.
Don't mind that. I've done that myself. Yeah. It has to be the cheap stuff, though.
Oh, yeah. Plastic cheese. Yeah. No, not, yeah.
Oh, I love fish finger sandwiches.
They're so great.
It's a real treat.
Do you like what fish finger? Do you buy breadcrumbed or battered?
Breadcrumbed?
Yeah, I agree. I agree. The Tyne Metro is so bad, right? That I've just got a notification.
Pivoted there.
No, I know, but a notification has just popped up, right? But it's so bad they have to issue updates now saying we're running trains to all destinations.
Yeah, that should be the norm. Really,
it shouldn't. You don't need to tell. Like, if you don't tell me anything, I presume that is what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like sending your boss a note every 5 minutes going, I'm doing this, by the way. I'm doing this, by the way. Yeah, I know, you're at work.
I like it when they do the first tweet of the day.
Yeah. It was great this morning. Did you see it this morning?
No. Because it's usually like you've got to like you just like time 30 seconds or 40 seconds and it's like delays.
Yeah. Well, this morning, because I went to the office today, so I left the house at like 6:30, 6:45. But before I left the house, I checked the thing, and usually the notice is trains are leaving the depot for the first services of the day. And today it was trains were unable to leave the depot, which was a fault with the radio system. So there were no trains for an hour.
They can't blame the old trains on that, though. Can't blame that on the old trains.
Plucking excuses out of their arse.
Yeah.
Which I think. Anyway, sorry, this isn't fish fingers, but yeah.
No. Well, I guess metros look a little bit like fish fingers, don't they?
Yeah, they do. They look like the box.
Yeah.
They could use the old metro trains when they take them out of service for storing fish fingers in.
Yeah, and they'd fit perfectly.
Yeah, they would fit great. And this is a good idea.
Good. Yeah. Suggest that to Nexus.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
What variation of fish do you go for? Are you bothered?
I'm not bothered, no, because some are haddock, aren't they? And some are cod. Is that right?
Yeah, some are
pollock.
Just fish. Yeah,
I try and
white fish.
I try and stay clear of the ones that are just fish. I'd rather have cod or haddock, or I'd just rather know. Like, I'm not particularly fussy what fish it is. I'd just rather know what fish it was.
Yeah, saying fish. I want to be.
Oh, is it,
I would like a little bit more info. I don't
can
want
I
the
have a
backstory.
clue? Like, is there any sort of idea I could possibly
I'm
have?
not even that bothered about sustainability, to be
I
honest.
don't really care about that, if I'm honest.
Sorry.
I'm putting them. Sorry, fish.
But yeah, I don't really care that you like not overfishing this. I like fish, so
I'd rather you overfished it, really, to be honest, because then I'm not going to run out of fish fingers.
yeah, and you can stockpile fish fingers.
Oh yeah.
Right.
But how many do you have?
Oh right, well.
Well, yeah.
Now we're getting in. Now we're getting into it. Right. A box of 10 doesn't cut it for 2 people.
Oh, I don't disagree with that. You need at least 6 each.
Yeah, at least.
If you're having a sandwich, do you have a little side fish finger as well?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I sometimes make sure one that falls out the sandwich.
Yeah.
I'll have that.
Oh, I meant to put 7 of them on the baking tray, but they've all gone out. You could put the 3 back in. No, well, I cannot now. They'll not survive in the wild now.
So if I've been eating like fish fingers for myself, right, I will have a pack. I will have an entire pack of 10.
I would, yeah. If I was doing it for myself, I would cook all 10, because if you're going to do 8, what's the point in leaving 2?
Yeah, exactly.
So you might as well just eat all of them.
Yeah, because it's an insult if you put them back in the freezer.
Well, it's useless. Like it's then useless, because what is 2 fish fingers?
Yeah,
like,
and if you forget and you're six weeks down the line, you pick your back box. Let's have some fish fingers for tea. Oh, there are 2 left.
There are 2 left. The box is open, and they now just taste of the box.
Yeah, and they've frosted up.
Yeah.
Like,
so yeah, you just cook them all.
Yeah, pretty much. And I do have butter on the bread, and
I do.
I'll sometimes have ketchup, and I'll sometimes have mayo.
I don't mind but if I'm having the ketchup, I wouldn't put the salad in. I'd just have
no. I haven't bothered with salad before, to be honest.
I'm not asked about it, but I quite often do.
Sometimes
I like the crunch. I like the
toast the
crunch.
bread.
Sometimes
I'll toast the bread. Sometimes I'll use a bit of posh bread. Like,
it's nice with the doorstop bread, like the thick bread.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh God, I want that for tea now. I'm gonna go and
I went to my nana's for tea. It was great.
What'd you make? Your fish fingers?
She made me chips, but like chip pan chips.
Yes,
it was amazing.
It's a dying art, like dry stone walling.
Oh, honestly,
and basket weaving.
Yeah,
people don't know how to make chips anymore.
These chips are incredible. Like, still got a chip pan, which like the fire brigade will be raging about, but they are like absolutely amazing. And I had a steak.
Well, I wanted to buy a chip pan, because you can get a chip pan for you can buy a pan that you can be used as a chip pan for
just a pan.
couple of quid.
Yeah.
But then at the time, the fire brigade were like offering a free
deep fat fryer,
in return for your chip pan.
Yeah, but it's not as good.
But deep fat fryers are like 20 quid.
Yeah, and they stink.
Yeah, but it's making money there, though, aren't you?
Yeah.
Trading your pound pan.
But
at the same time, we've got an air fryer, and they're not the same.
No, these are great. These are brilliant. They were just brilliant. I loved it.
Yeah. No, that's a really nice tea.
Sorry, Becky, actually, you're still at work. You haven't got any tea because I've been to my nana's.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I mean, you can go if you want. I mean, you should be in bed.
Right? Where's mine, like?
Brain on the door at 10:30.
Thing is, as well, like, if you turned up with me at 10:30, she'd be like, all right, I'll put the chip pan on.
No, I love fish fingers. The wife does not like fish fingers, but my daughter does. So, yeah, if we're just making tea for us, I'll put like the bat signal. Put that out about like 3:00. Fish fingers, fancy fish fingers. We haven't had it for ages, though. It's big during lockdown. When both me and both me and her were off, and my wife was still at work.
Yeah.
I was furloughed, and her school was closed, obviously. So it was a golden age of fish fingers.
Fish fingers, really. You should have rated loads of different fish fingers.
Yeah.
There's not that many, is there, really?
Could have been that fella that sits outside restaurants with his table.
Oh, I hate him. Rate my takeaway.
Rate my fish fingers.
Rate my fish finger.
Yeah. And that
it was good, that fish fingers.
Could have blown up, couldn't it?
Oh, I wouldn't do that. Not if you want to go back into the restaurant.
No. Right, so I have to listen to be here now while having fish finger sandwiches.
Yeah, I'm doing your floor and doing
laminate flooring
while getting a job. Okay.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you don't have to get a job anytime soon. Well, I've got a job. Hopefully I don't need a new one.
Well, you want to get a job,
I'm still furloughed. They forgot.
It's just that. Do I have one? Indeed, I do.
Indeed, I do. Yeah, right. I've just had the message to say my tea's ready. Regrettably, not fish fingers.
Tea's. Father Richard has to go now because his tea's ready. Tell him I'm having dinner here.
Right. I'll have to watch Father Ted as well. Right. Well, that's the episode. I think it'd be nice if people would suggest some subjects.
People were doing this at work yesterday, but I was having to tell them to tweet in.
Yeah, nobody has
done that. No, they haven't.
Bastards. Right. Well, we're running low. We're down.
We are running low.
Yeah. The podcast might just reach a natural end. Where there's
no. We'll just have to.
All we've got left is the one subject that we've vetoed more than once, which is cancer. Yeah. So the cancer episode will be the final episode.
Yeah. Richard's got some rather devistating news now.
There will be no spinning of the wheel because there's only one subject left, and it's cancer. And we cannot veto it. Because if we spin the wheel, it'll just come up again.
It's come up again. What are the chances? Right. Bye.
Right, well, tweet us and send us a message on Blue Sky or Instagram. And
I'll do that this week.
Or you can text Matthew on 07.
Yeah.
But do that. Suggest some topics for us to talk about. And we will see you for the next episode of your favourite podcast, Fried Chicken Fries. Thank you very much for listening.